What's up guys, it's your girl HeyParis here, and I promised you guys that I was going to do a back to school advice video, so that's what we're doing today. And today's video is actually sponsored by slugbooks.com. I'm gonna help you guys out, okay? You guys in college who pay for your books and you're like, there's no way this book is this expensive, slugbooks.com is the place for you. The college bookstore isn't always a great deal because textbooks can be crazy expensive. Slug Books actually gives you the lowest price on your textbook by comparing sites and basically showing you which one is the least expensive. That way you can save the most money. And it's legit. It's a legit site. A lot of YouTubers talk about it all the time. And it's super easy to use. All you have to do is find the IBS number of the book that you're looking for. You can find this number through your college, your professor, or your bookstore's website. And all you have to do is search for that number on slugbooks.com. You'll be comparing the exact same book as the one that your class requires across a ton of sites, helping you find the cheapest alternative for the book that you're looking for. So if you go to slugbooks.com, the link is going to be in the description box down below. You can save a ton of money on your textbooks. Sometimes a textbook that your bookstore is selling for like $200, $300, you can find online for $10 by comparing prices online on slugbooks.com. Thank me later. Link is in the description box down below. Thank me later. So to begin this video, I want to say that this video is for everyone of all ages. You can be starting middle school, high school, or college. I feel like all of these tips can be related to absolutely any age group. So I kind of wanted to break this down into 5 different categories. The first category being schoolwork, the second category being friends, the third category being crushes, fourth category being bullies, and the last category being teachers. So if there's a specific topic that you want to hear me talk about, I'm gonna leave time slots in the description box if you want to jump forward to that specific part of the video. When I'm talking to you guys, I don't want to talk to you guys as if I'm like this mother figure. I'm trying to be like your cool big sister, trying to give you real life advice that's gonna help you guys. So I know your parents have probably told you this countless times. School is important, schoolwork is important, focus on your schoolwork. Guess what? They're not lying. If I could tell my younger self anything today, it would be to work harder in school, try harder, be more focused. And I know it's not something that like younger people like to hear, because it's like, I want to go to school, I want to be with my friends, I want to have fun, but at the end of the day, remember what you're in school for. You guys are in school to get an education, to get a good job, to provide for your future family. And you only realize that when it's too late. So it's best to take this advice at the age that you are at right now, because the more you take school seriously, the easier your life is going to be in the future. Not only financially, but you're going to be happier. You're not going to be struggling to make ends meet. Not to mention, being smart is lit. Imagine being in a group of people and hearing someone say something that's incorrect and being able to correct them. It's lit. It's lit. Lit like big. So my first tip is take school seriously. It's okay if once in a while you feel like, you know, you're being overwhelmed and you need a day off, or there's a class that you just don't feel like going to. I've had those days too, but the only problem with what I did is I had those days too often. So if you're having one of those days where you feel like, man, I really don't want to go to science today, like I'm just not feeling it, I'm not in the mood, my best advice to you would be to speak to your teacher, which is another topic that I'll be talking about later, because it is very important to have a good relationship with all of your teachers. It will make your life a lot easier. But all you have to do is speak to your teacher and be like, Miss Brown, right now I'm not feeling well, you know, I'm just not in the mood to be in this atmosphere. I was wondering if you could give me my schoolwork. I'm going to go ahead and go to the library and finish it there. If I have any problems, I'll come back and bring it to you, but I just can't be in this environment right now. I promise you, your teacher most likely will not have a problem with that. As long as you're doing your work, you're in school, and you're not causing problems with anyone, it should not be a problem. Studying is always stressful for students, always stressful. My biggest tip for you would be to set a day for studying. When I say set a day, I mean an entire day for only studying. That way for the rest of the week, you're able to do you. You're able to enjoy whatever you want to enjoy for the rest of it. So what I would usually do is, if I had a test on, like, say Friday, I would study on Thursday and I would study on Tuesday. On Thursday, I study half day, and on Tuesday, I study full day. From I wake up until I go to sleep, I'm studying. What a lot of students do is they study every day for a little period of time, and it's like all that knowledge gets jumbled up in your head, and then when the test comes, you're just like, what? I don't even remember anything that's on this page. Me personally, when I study the night before and 2 nights ahead, half day and full day, it's a lot easier for me. It might not be the same for other people, but that's just a tip that I thought I would share. Another thing is take notes. I don't care if you feel like you look like a nerd. I don't care if you feel like you're the only one doing it. I promise you, if you take notes, you will never have to ask your teacher anything ever again, because everything that your teacher said is going to be jotted down in notes that you can understand. I'm the type of person who I learn with my hands more than when people are speaking to me, because when people speak to me, I kind of get lost in my own brain and I don't even remember anything they're saying. But I figure that when I jot down little things that I know that I need to remember, it helps me a lot with my schoolwork and when tests come along, because it's like, oh, Miss B said blah 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 blah, but the way that I'm gonna understand it is if I write it this way. So for instance, Miss B might say 2 + 2 is 4, and I'll write down 2 apples and 2 apples equals 4 apples. You know, you guys get what I'm saying. That don't make any sense. Y'all understand? When we get homework, what we tend to do is we leave the homework in our bag, we completely forget it's there, then we go to school the next day and we're like, oh snap, Miss Brown just said everyone take your homework out, and I forgot and I did not take my homework out. Like, my homework is still sitting in my bag, not touched. What I learned really fast in high school is as soon as you get home from school, the first thing you do before anything else, and the first thing I do when I come home from anywhere, is wash my hands. So before you even wash your hands, take whatever homework you have out of your bag and put it on your bed or your desk. This way there is no excuse for you to not have done your homework. And another tip is, when you start to do your homework, turn your TV off, turn your computer off, focus on your homework, and reward yourself with your favorite TV show or your favorite YouTuber, HeyParis, as soon as you finish your homework. I feel like you get 2 pros. So you finish your homework and you get to watch HeyParis. Like, hello. If you watch HeyParis first, you might be like, oh my gosh, you got another story time. Click, 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 and by the time you know it, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you don't have time to do your homework. So do your homework first and watch your favorite YouTuber or your favorite TV show after, okay? Friends. Okay, when it comes to friends in high school, it's a little bit difficult, okay? Or even in college, or even in middle school, all of those stages of your life. Okay, actually I'm gonna have to break this down for you. Middle school and high school are gonna be in one category when it comes to friends. During high school and middle school, you are gonna meet a lot of new people, and you're gonna lose a lot, unfortunately, a lot of good friends that you thought would be your friend forever. That's just how life is. So don't feel weird or sad when, you know, your best friend from wherever starts hanging out with a new group of people and you guys don't really talk anymore. Honestly, there's nothing you can really do about that. I mean, you can always talk to your friend and try to figure out what you can do to be a part of their lives, but most likely it's just you guys have different views now. You guys are in a different set of cliques, and that's okay, because everyone is their own person, and that's just how life is. You grow apart from the people you love. It doesn't mean they don't love you anymore. They just have a different life path. Making new friends is really awkward and really difficult, but it can be done. I feel like you can't force a friendship, so you can't just look across the room and be like, oh, that girl's pretty, I want to be her friend. Doesn't work that way. Making new friends comes very natural. So it might be like you're in math class one day and a girl's like, hey, can I borrow your eraser? And you're like, hey, yeah, sure, girl, here you go. And then eventually you guys just start sparking up a conversation. That's a way you can make a friend. You know, it just happens that way because you guys are in the same class, or you guys are sitting beside each other at lunch. Like, it could be anything like that. But if you feel like you're more of the awkward type and there's really no one you can reach out to, or you're too shy to reach out to anyone, my biggest tip for you would be something that a lot of people probably already told you already, is to join extracurricular activities for after school. Because if you join an extracurricular activity, there has to be communication with other people. So you're bound to make friends regardless of who you are, how you act, how shy you are, anything like that. And I know you're thinking, I don't want to join no extracurricular activities. Like, I'm too shy to do that. Like, Paris, don't you understand? Sometimes you have to step outside of your comfort zone. And normally what I find is people who sign up for extracurricular activities are the nicest people ever. Usually, those popular girls, the mean girls in the school aren't going to sign up for extracurricular activities. So not to mention whatever curricular activity you choose to do, obviously it's going to be something you're interested in. So the people that you meet there are going to have similar interests with you. So you have something to talk about with them. If you're awkward, you're in volleyball after school, you talk about volleyball. It's just that simple. A lot of you guys want me to touch base on the topic of fake friends. How do you spot a fake friend? Someone who isn't there for you. If you call someone at like 1 o'clock in the morning and you're like, girl, I really need someone to talk to, and that person's like, I'm sleeping, leave me alone, that's not one of your friends. That is not one of your friends. There's no way I could pick up the phone and call one of my good friends up right now and be like, girl, I need to talk. And they're like, yo, I'm sleeping. If they ever said that, I would never speak to them again. It's just that simple. Because if someone was to call me at 5 o'clock in the morning and was like, I need you, I would get up from my bed and I'd be like, what's up, girl? Talk to me, I'm here. Another way to spot a fake friend is if the person you think is a fake friend chooses someone else before you. If you stop getting invited to certain activities or certain parties or anything like that. If they start becoming distant. If someone talks about other people in front of you so often, but then when you see that person they were talking about, they're all friendly with them, chances are they're doing the same thing to you behind your back. People who talk a lot, who gossip a lot, and then contradict what they said with their actions and being nice to the same person they were talking about, normally they're fake. And those are the type of people you really want to avoid in high school, because the last thing you want in high school is drama. High school drama is not what you guys want. I'm telling you, it's the last thing you want. Which brings us to the next topic, bullies. So not a lot of you guys will experience bullying in your high school year or your college year or your middle school year. But for those of you who are going to, or you guys are already experiencing bullying, I want to share what I think helped me through my whole high school bullying phase. Because I was bullied in high school, just like you, and I know you're probably looking at me like there's no way she was bullied. I was bullied viciously in high school. The first thing I tried to do was to ignore the situation, which, let's be honest, that's not really gonna help anything. You're gonna ignore it and it's just gonna continue, and there's nothing that you can really do other than ignore it. That's what you kind of think sometimes. And as hard as this is to believe, and a lot of you guys might not agree with me, but this is what I did and it helped me a lot, is you need to speak to the person who you feel is bullying. A lot of the time they don't even realize that they are making you feel the way that they are. A lot of the time they're looking for attention. A lot of the times they are jealous of you. A lot of the times they are going through some stuff at home that you just don't know about. You don't know anyone's story, you just see people in school, and everyone in that school has a story. They have a family, that family has a story, and everyone is their own individual person. And a lot of people take tragedy and kind of flip it to hurt other people so that they don't feel hurt themselves. And I know this is something you guys probably hear on a daily basis if you ever talk to like an adult about bullying. They always say, you never know, they're the ones who are getting bullied at home and blah, 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 blah. But it's honestly true. My advice honestly would be to approach your bully one-on-one. I wouldn't say to approach them when they're with their little clique, because if they're with their clique, they're gonna act tough because they're with their clique. Everyone acts differently when they're around their friends. If you're able to get this person one-on-one in school, like if you see them in the hallways in between classes, if you're able to be like, hey Joe, I was wondering if I could talk to you really quick, I just wanted to like settle some things. More than likely they're not gonna go woods and walk away. They're not going to do that. I know you guys think that, you guys watch shows and stuff like that, but it's not going to be like that. You're going to be like, hey Joe, I was wondering if I can speak to you for a second. Most likely they're just gonna say, yeah, what's up, like what do you want, like, you know what I mean? At that point, take them to a secluded area and just explain to them, just be like, you know, lately I've been noticing that you have been saying some stuff about me, or you've been giving me some looks, or whatever the case may be, and just explain to them that it's really starting to bother you and you would love it if you guys could just be cordial. Do you have to say like, I hope we can be friends? You can just be like, I was wondering if you could just be cordial so that, you know, I can enjoy my time in high school and so can you, or middle school or whatever. And if you feel like you're not brave enough to approach them in person, my advice would be to find their Twitter, find their Instagram, whatever, and DM them. Just DM them. And I feel like that's even a better way to get to them, because with a DM, you're able to express yourself and really write down your feelings so that they can read it back and be like, wow, I didn't realize that I was affecting Paris or Emily or Jasmine or whoever in this way. Like, for instance, the person who was bullying me in high school, we are friends now. Like, we're very cordial, we don't have problems with each other, we spoke about the issue and everything was sorted out. So I feel like giving you guys the same advice and doing the same thing that I did may help you guys. I would not recommend you go to a teacher about a bullying situation that is not physical. If the situation is not physical, I don't believe that bringing a teacher into the mix is a good idea, because that, I feel like that's just gonna make things a lot worse. And I'm not here to feed you guys lies. I'm here to tell you the absolute truth about what I think, and the truth is bullies don't like when you tell on them. So I wouldn't suggest telling the principal or a teacher on them. What you can do is you can talk to a guidance counselor and let the guidance counselor know that you don't want any repercussions on this person, but you just want to talk about what's going on, and maybe they can even give you more advice than I did and help you with the situation as well. But I feel like if the situation does get physical, that's when you need to approach an adult about it. Approach a teacher, your parent, someone you trust, and let them know that like this person is physically harming me and I don't feel safe. Don't ever allow anyone to put their hands on you and continue to do that as if it is a regular routine. Do not allow that to happen ever. Crushes. Okay. So, in high school, middle school, whatever, obviously all of you guys are going to find someone in your school who you're like, lady, and that's completely fine. My only advice is do not let that distract you from school, because at the end of the day, let's be honest, there is like a 8% chance that you are going to marry that person that you see in high school. So it's not that serious. Don't make it that serious. If you want to approach someone that you like, my advice is just approach them. Your best bet would be to compliment them on something like, oh my gosh, Justin, I love your shoe. And then Justin's gonna be like, you. And then 5 years later, Justin is gonna be a bum. So do not let him ruin your education, okay? Boys, on the other hand, if you have a crush on a girl, chances are she's gonna glow up, okay? I find that girls glow up and guys from high school don't even move from where they were before. Most of them are still in high school, 24 years old, still in high school. Just girls, don't bother with the boys in high school. It doesn't make sense. It really don't. But like I said before, if you feel like you want to approach them, go ahead and approach them. Just don't make it interfere with your schoolwork. And if you end up dating someone in your school and they are encouraging you to skip class or do anything that you don't want to do, my advice would be to talk to a friend about it, because I know so many girls in high school who have ruined their lives over guys that they are not with right now. I'm talking about their boyfriends in high school at the time told them, skip school, like, come, let's just chill at my house. And now they don't have their high school diploma because they skipped school so much that they just didn't pass ever. Don't let that be you. Okay, boo-boo. If anything, if you find someone who's like that, who likes to skip class or anything, you encourage them to be better. You gotta be like, babe, honestly, today you gotta go to class. Like, we gotta get this diploma together. I wanna walk on the stage with you. I wanna take pictures. Like, we gotta be goals. We gotta be goals. And if you feel like you're wasting your time with someone, you need to cut it. And the last topic is teachers. It is very, very, very important to have a good relationship with your teachers. Let me tell you why. okay? If your teachers don't like you, and a lot of teachers don't like a lot of students, there is a higher chance of you not passing a test, you not passing that class, you getting a lower grade. I'm not saying be a teacher's pet. I'm just saying don't be disrespectful, show up on time, and if you don't show up on time, apologize for being late. I feel like you should treat school as if it is your job, okay? Like it's a part-time job. No, you're not getting paid, but if you stay in school, you gonna get paid. Okay, keep that in mind. I say to have a good relationship with your teachers because if for any reason, let's say you were sick one day and you were able to take a test, Miss Haley is more likely to say, okay, here's the makeup test for you. If you're nice and polite to her and didn't give her trouble, rather if you were rude to her and you gave her attitude, she'll be like, okay, well, you were sick and there's no makeup test, sorry. Teachers can do whatever they want. If they want to do a makeup test and give you a makeup test, they can. And if you're rude to them and they don't like you, they can't. They will tell you they can't, even though they can. So like I said, I'm not trying to tell you to be a teacher's pet. You don't need to be like, Miss Johnson, you look great today. Miss Johnson, your shoes is popping. Miss Johnson, can I clean the board for you? Miss Johnson, I got you an apple. No, you don't have to do none of that. All you have to do is be respectful and smile. Smile a lot. Teachers like when you smile at them. When you smile at them, they remember you. Remember that. Also, if you have a good relationship with a lot of your teachers, that teacher can get you out of trouble with other teachers. So say there's a blitz in your school. I don't know if people in America have blitzes, but blitzes in my school was when a song came on and you had to get to class on time or else you got detention. Yeah, that was my school. Say a blitz is on and a teacher catches you in the hallway. You could be like, please, like I can't get detention today, I got stuff to do. And Miss Johnson might be walking by and you'd be like, Miss Johnson, please tell Mr. Roy that I cannot be in detention. And Miss Johnson will be like, Mr. Roy, man, she a good girl, let her go. And remember, teachers are real people. Like, they're actually friends outside of school. Like, the teachers are friends. So they'd be like, yo, Brian, just let her go, it's okay. And then you're blessed. You're blessed for school, blessed. What? Anyways, those were my 5 tips on high school or college or middle school, whatever you think it might be. I'm gonna try my whatever grade you might be in. I'm gonna try my hardest to answer all of the questions. Any questions that you guys have in the comment section down below, I'm gonna try my hardest to answer all of them. If you have a specific situation that you're going through, or you just have a general question about high school, college, middle school, anything like that, leave it in the comment section down below. I'm going to be answering a ton of you guys for the first hour that this video is up, and I'll be coming back every day to see all of the new messages that you guys send me, and I'll try to answer as many as possible, okay? Leave a comment down below as well and tell me what the best tip you have for someone who's starting college, high school, or middle school is. Remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of that jazz is in the description box down below. Love you guys so much. Don't gotta tell you twice, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye guys. Guys, it's your girl HeyParis here, and as you can see, I got brand new lighting. Let me know if you guys are feeling this lighting. I'm looking at myself and I'm so happy with the lighting results. This is the real me. This is what Paris really looks like, okay? This is who you guys have been watching this whole time. Not that washed out girl that you've seen in them story times. No siree, Bob. No, it's not like that. This is me. This is who you've been watching. This is HeyParis. So good.